Hello and welcome back. Today is a very special day because we'll be de-racking the Truncator and putting it into this wonderful N3 Evolve MATX case. Now there are some potential problems, as in I don't know if a triple radiator will fit inside of this case, but we're going to find out the hard way. And yes, I know, de-racking the Truncator from the server rack is going to kind of suck, but at least now I'll be able to attend them sweet LAN parties and play some good old Sins of a Solar Empire. So without any further waiting, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So I feel kind of bad for a lot of the people that may have come here for reviews or Lord knows what. Some of you may know or may have noticed, I don't review products. It's not my gig. This is really just a glorified blog of, or video log, or God knows what, whatever you want to call it. Just a guy in his home lab who happens to have a name for his home lab. And that's basically all this is. Wow, this thing is huge. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It's a box in a box. Oh, wow. 2 handles. Yeah, so I got the silver edition of this thing. I don't know. Pretty cool box, I guess. But you guys didn't come here to see me open a box, did you? Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. That's why I have the extended version. So for some of you weirdos who like watching every little detail like this will be in the extended version. Alright, got it out of its other box. Hard styrofoam. I always hate to see, but whatever. It's good enough most of the time. Wow, this is actually a pretty sweet looking case. Looks a lot better in real life than it does in half the videos and pictures I've seen online. I'm definitely not going to do this case justice at all. And yeah, that tempered glass is actually pretty sweet on both sides. Anyway, enough messing around, let's go ahead and get this thing built. Alright, so we've unboxed our sweet N3 Evolve MATX case. Now all we need to do is de-rack the Truncator, rip out all the pieces, and get them stuck in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, time to get this beastie de-racked. Shouldn't be too difficult. That's the nice thing about servers. Just easy to demount or de-rack and start working on. So not actually a lot to do here. We're just gonna rip out all the components first. So this is the NVMe adapter that I have. This is a 1 terabyte SSD. If you guys follow the blog on the website at all, did a little benchmark of this beast, and I didn't really talk about this card, but it's really nice to have. There was 0 issues getting that installed and recognized by the operating system. So actually I should probably unplug this first, make it a bit easier. I think. Okay, I don't know. I guess we're gonna remove this because I can't get to it for some reason. Oops, that's gone forever. So I am kind of bummed out about de-racking the Truncator because I did have a pretty cool idea to have this be in a remote room and then serve games to me. But then after my move, now that I'm back around friends, I realize, I kind of would rather attend LAN parties again. So that's kind of a big deal to me, going to LANs and enjoying those, and hauling this thing around is just not going to happen. That's kind of the reason for this. And also the second reason is the other server died, as you guys know, and I want to hopefully fit a SSI EEB motherboard in here. It's obviously going to take up all of this space, and it's going to be a pretty tight fit. I'm a little worried it might not fit, but we're going to try anyway. Alright, I've got the Titan X removed. This is the most expensive card I think I've ever owned, and it still turns out graphics really well. Alright, so the Noctua fans are staying because I don't think there's anywhere to mount those. And if there is, I don't really need it anyway. Just rip out all this stuff, unplug the fans. I think I'm gonna leave the white fans that are in the very front in here. Let's see, power cables. You never really realize how much stuff computers have plugged into them until you actually go to start unplugging things. Man, I wonder how many times I've taken this computer apart now. Alright, so I've got everything unplugged now. I just need to remove the radiator and then we can take out the motherboard. Man, this thing is a beast. I am really gonna actually really miss having this installed or racked even. It's so cool. But it'll look really cool in the Enthuse Evolve as well. At least I'm pretty sure it will. Alright. At least now I get to look at my Corsair DDR4 RAM. I was a little bummed out about mounting this thing in the rack because, you know, I'd never get to look at it. But now I totally can. Alright, got that removed. We're just going to go ahead and remove the motherboard now. And I actually got to like set all this to the side, all these screws, because they belong to this server, and I hate mixing up screws with other thingies. There we go. And you take out one of the screws, then you take out like 50 more screws. Holy crap, there's a lot of screws in this board. I don't remember using this many. Alright. Double check to make sure I got them all. Lord knows where they're all hidden. Oh no! Oh, geez, did not mean to drop that. Alright, let's go ahead and get this out of here. I think we're good to go. Very cool. It's removed. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and take out our power supply. This will be the easiest one to remove. I think I should probably unplug all these cables first before I try and remove this thing. Make it just a little bit easier and probably not have to worry about... Oh, jeez. There we go. Oh, I love fully modular power supplies. They are the best. Alright, and I got the Corsair AX1200i removed. And there's that screw I lost from earlier. Very cool. Alright, last but not least is now dismounting the triple radiator itself. I'm actually getting a little worried now. This thing might not fit at all in the Enthuse Evolve. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. So I gotta remove the screws from the side of the chassis. Very strange. So this middle piece is definitely not going to be able to fit when I get the SSIE motherboard in here. And that kind of worries me a little bit. Only a little. Alright, look at that. It's actually not as dusty as I thought it would be. I guess that fan filter up front really did its job. Alright, let's go ahead and set all this crap to the side now and get it transplanted into the other one. That 5960X. Oh yeah. Alright, enough horse around. Let's get this thing built. So this thing comes with a lot of case fans, and by a lot I mean two. But pretty sweet. I'm actually really liking the color scheme of this build a lot so far. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. Alright. So I've never taken this front panel off before, but it doesn't look like it unscrews anywhere, so I'm just going to kind of give it some pressure here. Oh, sweet. First try. Alright, and this is the last case fan that I needed to remove. Very cool. Oh wow, they cable managed it already in here for me. I'm really liking all the different places to run cables. Oh geez. This one's kind of a bitch to get out. Come on. Alright, so this I'm pretty sure has to be removed. Wow, those are in there tight. In order to fit the triple radiator. I'm about 1000% sure. So on the specifications page, it claims to be able to fit 3 120 millimeters in the front. And if that's true, then I should have no problem at all fitting a triple radiator. I just need to remove all of this stuff here. Before I remove the entire bay, I think I'm gonna have to take out these and then wrap around the other side and unscrew it. So I just need to remove these 4 screws here and then on bottom, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, I got all 4 on top removed. Now I have to flip it on the bottom side and remove the other 4 screws. And by last 4 screws, I just mean these 2. Pretty sure these at least go to the ones, or to the drive bays on top or above it. Pretty sure. Not 1,000% sure, but pretty sure. It won't hurt to be wrong. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I permanently did break the case. Doubt that. So that was actually a drive like bay or entire like enclosure that was back here, but apparently not. It's just 2 little pieces of frame that kind of just are screwed down in there by 4 screws, not 2, on the bottom at least. So 8 total. That's just kind of held in there by those screws, and I mean that's pretty cool and convenient. But I wish I would have been able to realize that sooner, so I could have removed them, or just one of them instead of all of them. But whatever. And of course we can't forget the I/O shield. All right, time to get the motherboard installed. This should be pretty straightforward. My fingers get out of the way. And either this is misaligned. Oh, there we go. All right, now I'm in. So apparently in this box of accessories was a user manual, as well as this pretty cool box to hold all the screws, which is going to be amazing. And it looks like they gave me some extras. So that's really sweet. I have no idea what's in here. Some sort of bracket. Oh, it's an extra SSD bracket. I'm guessing for the rear? So that was really nice of them. Actually, I don't know what this is, but thanks for including it. And here I was thinking the server chassis actually had a lot of places to screw in these motherboards things, or screws into the motherboard standoffs. And last but not least, here we go. Sweet. So it turns out none of the screws actually fit like this. So that kind of sucks. I guess we'll face it the other way. This one's not going in too well. There we go. Hopefully that holds. The holes don't really line up as good as I'd like, but whatever. Good enough for now, I think. Yeah, so I still, after all these years, always have trouble with this. One is labeled power LED and the other one's labeled HD LED. I'm not sure which is which, so we're just going to plug the HD LED into this one. And it's probably something we're just going to have to check later. And I'm pretty sure power is the top one. I think. Wait, do these go in? Ups? Yeah. Pretty sure that's how they go. Willing to be wrong here. If I'm wrong, it's okay. I'll just fix it later. Alright, you guys get to witness the actual first test fit of the triple radiator. Oh, it's gonna fit. Hell yes. Yep. That look good. Sweet. Let's get this thing mounted. Not using the right screws to mount this, but we're gonna use them anyway. Look, it worked perfectly fine before, it'll be fine now. Alright, I always get like a pretty good sense of accomplishment, or pride and accomplishment, when the thermal paste gets on there. I feel like I'm narrowly reaching completion. And just to plug in a couple more things really quickly, we should be golden. Well, at least some screws are in here pretty tight. Alright, so far so good with the server. Wow, talk about servers way too much. So far so good with this chassis. I did kind of bitch out. I was gonna install a single white LED fan in here, but then I decided against it. Probably in the future, if I decide, get out, man, what the hell? So probably in the future, if I decide to, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is actually replace this fan right here, this 140 millimeter fan, with a Noctua fan in the future. I don't know how quiet these are. Usually stock fans are pretty garbage. I literally didn't read a lot of the reviews for these things, or this case in particular, or hell, I didn't really do a lot of research on it in general. So it's gonna be quite the learning curve to see what goes on here, but probably gonna replace this, and I may actually add some LEDs in this because it's gonna be pretty dark. You won't be able to see anything at all on the inside, especially without any internal lighting. So now we're just getting all of our accessories installed. Not a big deal. And last but not least, the Titan X. Oh wow, that is a tight fit. Oh jeez. Now if this ain't cable management, I don't know what is. So holy crap, this turned out to be a pretty sweet build, and I'm really happy with it now that it's all over with. I think I do need some LEDs in here to kind of highlight some things on the inside of the case, and probably change out this rear fan for something a little better. But it's actually pretty quiet, a lot more quiet than I thought it would be, and it's already overclocked to 4.72 gigahertz or something like that. It's 4.7 something gigahertz. Can barely hear it. It's much quieter than it was in the server chassis. It's also got 3 less fans, so that's probably why. Well, anyway, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.